Hey, I had some people ask about my gear, so I decided to take a break from grinding out Aztez. I'm trying to get the last two weapons on that game. So I figured I'd show what I work with here. Right now I have crafted Psyche set level 3 for the extra PP. Some people say this is better than some 12-star sets. Right now I am working on the 12-star set. I have a rear Astra, which is not affixed yet. I'm probably going to do that when I have some cash, so hopefully in a couple weeks I'll have enough money saved up to do that. I don't have an ARM one yet, and then I got a Xenesis earlier today, but it's only 3 slots, so it's probably going to be a pain to upslot it. I'll have to give it a bunch of fodder weapons or units and get it up to 5 slots. What the plan is to put a bunch of HP on there so that I don't keep it dying in one hit. That's been a problem for a while. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to affix probably about 100 S attack, and then Spirit of 3, and then Stamina 3. So that should be about 150 extra HP from all 3. Now rings, I've got a variety of them. I have the Kamaitachi ring, which is pretty much a necessity for the fighter class. I hear Twin Dagger Air Chase is pretty good, but some people say you shouldn't fuse this into armor, but I think I'm going to anyway, just because I don't feel like using a macro. Knuckle Chase I don't really see too many people use. So I have the front S-roll for Gunner, which I know a lot of people also fuse into 12-star units, so I'll probably do that at some point once I'm playing Gunner again. Step Jump, I didn't really see the hype with it. I hope someone can correct me on this. I know I'm probably wrong, but it didn't really seem worth the money. It's probably something that I'll you know, replace with something else later on. Now in terms of my gear, for the hero I have the Selkaiser sword. The healing proc is pretty nice. Once you upgrade it from a Sega sword, you get an extra 5% damage reduction. So I have 115 S attack on it. I have the Daggers of Serafi NT for my fighter. I don't think you can get these anymore. I believe Ethan and Karen still spawn during the emergency trials sometimes, so I guess you can still get the weapon there. I got this back during the event. I wasn't able to get enough to get it to plus 35, but the upgrade from 30 to 35 is pretty negligible, so I didn't really care too much as long as I have it at 30. And I have the Selkaiser Blade at 35 for my fighter. Same setup as my sword, 115 S attack. I have the Thunder Bite, which you can get from Tagami Kazuchi. I don't think you can get this easily anymore. You could get it from the collection file last year. Now you pretty much have to rely on him spawning. He is spawning in the Beach Wars quest at the moment, so I guess you can get it there. I got it to plus 30, same deal. I didn't have enough time to get it to 35. What's nice about this one, when 2 or more gear gauge bars are filled, your damage output goes up by 10% and you get an extra PP recovery bonus. With the Knuckles, I'm sure you know if you have the Knuckle gear boost on your fighter skill tree, then you're pretty much always at level 2, so you pretty much just have a permanent 10% damage increase. I know that there's better stuff out. I know the Cliff Ad is like the new meta, but that thing's such a pain to get, especially since I wasn't playing for like almost a year. I didn't really have enough time to fight Deus when he was more active. He doesn't spawn much right now. So at the time being, this is the best thing I have for my Knuckles. I've gone over this weapon before. Plus 35, R attack plus 100. This is good for crit. This is also going to be good for my Gunner whenever I start playing him again. I had to get him to 75 to play his hero, so I'll probably be going back to him at some point. Then I have this gun, which actually is not that great. It's not good for hero or Gunner. It's kind of impractical because of how much harder it is to be at level 2 gear with hero. I don't even know if these gear dependent weapons even work with hero in the first place, but I didn't really proc it too much on Gunner, not as much as I'd like, so that's why I've replaced it with this. Now the Talus, I just have the Quats Lithos. I don't have the money to upgrade this just yet. It's probably going to be a little while. I'm probably going to prioritize the units first once I'm able to get that final piece, simply because I hear when you have the damage over time stuff out with the Talus, apparently if you switch back to the sword, it takes the damage over time stuff takes the damage from whatever you switch to. I'm not sure if that's true or not, but I've heard it from numerous people, so I'm assuming that someone has actually done the testing. So I'm probably not going to put too much into this. I'll definitely get the potential as soon as I have the cash. As you can see right now, I have like just barely 3 million, so not really enough to make any huge changes. That's the gist of my gear. I'll go ahead and I'll show my fighter and hero build. A lot of that stuff you can't get anymore, so I don't know how valid this is, but I figured I would just show people. The hero build's pretty boring. Honestly, I don't even know what I'm going to use the rest of these last 6 skill points on. There's pretty much nothing. I mean, I might just get the damage reduction because 5% damage plus the 5% I have on the sword equals 10%. That's actually probably better than any of the other stuff I could get. 25 HP is not going to do much. 5 PP is, for all intents and purposes, useless. 25 S attack is not bad, but yeah, their skill tree is I wouldn't really call it disappointing. It's more straightforward. You know, unless you really go for the stat boost stuff, you can pretty much get everything. I think the hero skill tree is probably one of the least diverse skill trees in the game. There are people who have all kinds of unorthodox builds for the other classes that are able to compete just fine. But with this class, you pretty much just take everything, and if you ignore the stat boost, then you won't have to skip out on anything at all. Now, fighter, I don't think this has changed too much since the last time. I'm probably going to revise this a little bit. What I'm going to do with the last 5 points for now, until I decide to change it, is max critical strike. I still have 1 point to go in there. And then probably put some more points in this. And maybe a little bit in step advance. I'm not sure how necessary step advance is right now because we have deadly circle type 0, and that gives you like a full 2 seconds of guard frames. So as long as you have your double saber out, you can pretty much dodge everything. So I'm probably going to put just max out crit strike, and then put some points in these, and then that's pretty much going to be it for this character, or this class. Anyway, that's pretty much it. I thought I would show this off. Once I get my 12-star units, I'll probably do another update on those, but crafted Psyche, from what I understand, is still pretty competitive, especially if you have it crafted for the extra PP. You can see right now, I have 171 PP. If I put this other stuff on, you can notice the stat differences. I could get a 75 HP from this, even though it's not crafted. So it'd be 125 once I fix it. And if I put this on, I lose 11 PP, but I get 70 HP. So that would be 120 once it's affixed. So close to 1,000 HP already. That's definitely going to help with getting bodied so much. You get one shot on extra hard if you don't have more than like 800 HP, and I'm kind of really low on that right now. So that's probably the next game plan that I'll be working on throughout the next few weeks. Anyway, that's it. I'm going to catch you guys later. Peace.